and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys. And I know you are feeling absolutely spectacular. I mean, what a night it was. What a game, what a performance, and what a team. That is the overriding feeling that I think we all have right now. Watching this Barca team every week, it's sensational. What has Flick done? I mean, this guy, he is a genius. He is an absolute genius for what he has done with this team. And today, we are obviously going to be talking so much more about that win over Borussia Dortmund. And also coming up today, guys, as well, we're going to be looking at some of the other results from the Champions League quarter-final stage. And I know there's one in particular that might have just caught your eye. It is all on the way. Come on now, and let's do this. But if we do, first of all, kick off, guys, with some super thanks shout-outs here, because I want to say a big thank you to David, to Jay Sparrow. So much incredible support right here coming in on the channel. And you've got one here. My father even recognises your voice now. That is absolutely fantastic. Hello, Dad, if you are watching. Obviously not my dad, your dad, you know, you get it. But anyway, what an incredible time it is. And thank you so much for all of you for the support. And guys, just what are the feelings like right now? Because I think for me, looking at the way we've performed in the Champions League this season, I think it's just so important to recognise and always take a step back and say, how far have we come? I mean, it wasn't all that long ago that we were thinking here, we're playing tonight on a Thursday in the Europa League. I mean, we've all put that in a box and we put it in a corner and we failed to think about it because we really don't want to think about those times. But they existed. They happened. You know, Barca at many points over the past few seasons were struggling in Europe. We're struggling on the big stage. The pressure was getting to us. There was no mentality about this team. And just look at it now. Every challenge that comes our way, every match that we go into, we are full of belief. We are full of confidence. And there's a ruthless nature about this team. Because you look at the game yesterday, we got the first goal, we went in at half-time, you know, we came out the second half, got the second, but there was never any feeling as though, oh, that's enough, we're happy there, we're going to stick with what we've got. It was a relentless attitude to keep going and going and going, scoring and scoring. That's what we've seen all season long, and that is exactly what we'll continue to do, because this team, it's unstoppable. But as always, guys, with all of this euphoria and amongst all of the excitement, at the same time we do have to keep our feet on the ground, we have to keep a level head, we have to be the voice here of reason and say, we are technically only halfway there. Now, it's an interesting debate right now that's going on in the Barcelona fan base, because obviously we play the second leg only next week. It's right around the corner there against Borussia Dortmund, and many people are saying, well, we're 4-0 up. Could we actually rotate in that game? Many people are saying, is this an opportunity to actually give players a little bit of a breather in a Champions League quarter-final? And I do believe that fourth goal is a big one. Because let's be honest here, talking about scars, talking about PTSD, I mean, we've had a lot of difficult moments having led 3-0 after the first leg. So I do think that fourth goal, it's significant, it's very important for the team there, but at the same time, I think we have to be guided by Hansi Flick, and I thought he had some really important words after the game on this, because he was asked by the journalist there, do you feel as though you're basically qualified? Do you feel as though you are now pretty much in the semi-final? He said no. No. He said we are not qualified yet. You never know what's going to happen. Football is a crazy sport. He said on Tuesday, we must play exactly the same as we did today without making any mistakes. So Hansi Flick, he's not taking anything for granted. I think we are going to go into that second leg. We're going to get the job done, because what we also want to do here, guys, is keep this fear factor. Because you look at the first leg here and you look at the way we played all the way through the Champions League, our results, our performances, the way that we're scoring goals, it's made every other team stand up and take notice of us. And what we want to do is keep all of that momentum going, keep the fear coming for our opposition, and there's no let up. You cannot afford here to drop your guard for any amount of time. We want to stay strong, we want to stay fully motivated in every single game, and that means seeing the job through. But it is interesting, because when you are looking at last night's performance, guys, of course Barca scoring 4 unbelievable goals, and yet again, It's the front three. It's the trident there in the attacking areas that are leading our charge. And can I just say, last night was especially one of those games where this front three genuinely reminded me of MSN. I think the way the movement was, the speed of the play, the way they were combining and interchanging at every possible turn, and Dortmund did not know who to mark. Am I going to pick up Yamal? But if I pick up him, there's going to be runners. He's going to pick out Raphinha. He's going to pick out Lewandowski. They were all finding space. They were all finding time. And they were absolutely ruthless in front of goal. And it was a pleasure to watch them. They complement each other so well. And just look, you only have to look at the numbers from this season. What they are doing, it's historic. What they are doing, it's unlike anything else that we have in world football today. I mean, they are streets. They are levels above other trios there. You're looking at Bayern, you're looking at Real Madrid, you're looking at the top names in world football. I mean, Lewandowski's numbers, they are extraordinary this season. I mean, his goal scoring yet again, it's been at an incredible level, and especially here in the Champions League, we know how much he loves this competition. We know how much it would mean for him to win it again, and in a Barca shirt. That would be so special. And I mean, Raphinha, his numbers are unreal. What he's done, especially in the Champions League, it is absolutely next level. And then you've got Yamal. He is unbelievable. Every time that he produces a performance like this on the European stage, everybody can't believe it. And it's not only Barcelona fans. Other fans watching him are thinking, how is he doing this at his age? How is he carrying himself in this way? How is he dealing with the different pressures that it takes to play at Barca? And yet, he is actually thriving under those pressures. He is enjoying this moment, playing at all times with a smile on his face. And I thought Flick's words after the game, I think they were very telling, because he said, look, the attack, they're so important. He was full of praise for everything there the attackers are doing, but he was very keen to say, you've also got to look at the defence. And you've also got to look at when the subs come on, how they're able to match the level of those out there on the field. He said that has been so important in so many games for us this season. And I've got to be honest with you guys, last night you could praise everyone. You could actually look at that team sheet, you could look at all the players that started that game. Everybody is so important in their roles. The backline was outstanding. Szczesny again pulled off some very important saves. The midfield, it's extraordinary. We spoke about Fermin in the match review. He was brilliant. Frankie and Pedri in midfield have been absolutely dominant over these past few weeks and months. It's been incredible. And then you look at the bench. And you look at the kind of players that we were able to bring on. You bring on Gavi. You bring a player like Gavi off the bench. You bring on Ronald Araujo. He made incredible blocks towards the end of that game there, and he celebrated every single one. Ferran Torres, he's been brilliant this season, and he too was involved in defensive work in the latter stages of the game. Eric has been so important, and we're going to come on in a moment to talk about Ansu Fati, but it just shows the squad that we have. It shows here the collective effort that has grown and been built this season by Hansi Flick, and we are using every single player to their maximum. We have gotten the best out of this squad. That was the number one requirement. When Hansi Flick arrived, when Laporta brought him in, we wanted him to utilise this squad. We wanted him to get every last drop of quality out of these players, and that is exactly what he's done. But indeed, guys, if we do move on to talk about Ansu Fati, because I actually think here that it says so much about the Barca community, the Barca fan base here, that even after a 4-0 win in the Champions League quarter-final stage, amazing goals, unstoppable football, yet another incredible European win, and I think it says so much that still one of the moments of the match for all of us, one of the ones that really hit home, it was seeing Ansu Fati back on the field again. It was seeing him come on to that ovation from the crowd. It made us all genuinely happy inside. And that says a lot here about the fan base that we are. And I think it was really the icing on the cake yesterday. He had a really nice embrace on the touchline with Hansi Flick, who spoke there about the fact that he deserved this moment, that he has been training well recently, that the 4-0 allowed him to sort of make this change. And I think even Ansu coming on for Yamal, I think that was symbolic in a way as well. And I think he really needed it, Ansu. He's been through a really difficult time with all the injuries, of course. Now he's been out of the team. Lots of questions about his future. And I just thought that kind of moment there, to experience the fans, to experience being out there again in this kind of night, on this kind of occasion, and at the end of the game, being part of all those celebrations and feeling a part of it, not feeling as though he's away, he's outside of this team. He was part of that, and I thought that was very, very special indeed. And there were even a few rumours, actually, that Lamine Yamal, he has to come off yesterday so that Ansu could come on. Now, I'm not really sure if I'll buy into all that there, because I think at the end of the day, Flick is going to make up his own mind. He's going to make his own sub. He's not going to be told by anybody what to do. But we know that Yamal does get on very, very well with Ansu Fati. That he's been really supportive to him, that he actually rejected the chance, apparently, to take the number 10 shirt from him. So either way, I mean, Yamal, luckily, there's nothing serious with him. You know, it wasn't any injury, wasn't any problem there, nothing that's going to keep him out for any amount of time. That is the best news of all. But I just think it was nice to see Ansu. Yamal making way, Ansu coming on. A special moment, a really, really special moment for the football club. However, guys, along with our incredible performance in the Champions League quarterfinals, it's also important to keep an eye on what else has been going on as well. Last night, for example, Paris Saint-Germain came from behind against Aston Villa there, winning 3-1 in the end. And PSG, they do continue to impress. They are a team right now under Luis Enrique who are playing with real cohesion. They are a collective unit right now. They are working with each other. And you could see parallels, really, between Barca and PSG this season. They're playing a very exciting brand of football. They're all working hard. They're pressing together. They're certainly there defending as one as well. And that has been very, very important for their success. And it was interesting to see there Bayern losing at home to Inter Milan. They are trailing 2-1 right now. Inter winning that one there in the final minutes of the game. And of course, that's the one to keep an eye on, because the winner of Barca versus Dortmund will play the winner of Bayern against Inter. And I think it would be a very intriguing game, actually, between Barca and Inter. And I actually believe right now that Inter would maybe be a tougher challenge for us, you know, from a tactical point of view, than what Bayern would. I mean, we've already played them this season. We already know what we can do against Bayern there. They would come out, they would leave spaces. It would be quite an open game. With Inter, though, it might be a bit of a different story. So that is certainly one to keep an eye on there. And of course, guys, did anybody see the game at the Emirates? Did anybody see what happened there between Arsenal and Real Madrid? I mean, genuinely, those free kicks from Declan Rice, they were extraordinary. I mean, to actually replicate what you just did, actually two very different kind of free kicks. The first one there bends it, you know, incredibly round the wall. Second one just smashes it, top bins. Absolutely unbelievable. And what's incredible from Arsenal, really, they did all of that without a recognised striker. I mean, could you imagine, really, if they had a centre-forward out there, some of those chances in and around the 6-yard box, it could have been 5 or 6 for them against Real Madrid, who, in my opinion, showed absolutely nothing out there. And can I just say again, when is Vinicius bringing 10 times more? What's he going to do? When's it going to happen? Please let us know, Vinny, when the 10 times more is coming, so we can all get ready for it. Because right now, it ain't happening, mate. It has simply not happened for you. And Real Madrid face a massive challenge there in the second leg at the Bernabeu. But what do you make of it right now, guys? Looking right there at the results from the quarterfinals, Barca are in an incredibly commanding position. PSG are looking strong. Who would you rather face, Bayern or Inter, in the semi-final of the Champions League, guys? If you had to pick one, which would you rather? But of course we will fancy our chances against anybody that we face. We feel right now unstoppable. And please do let me know in the comments down below what your feelings are, how you are going through the day. You know, is there a smile on your face? Are you just skipping down the corridors there at work or school or even at home? Please do let me know everything right now in the comments, guys. Thank you here for joining me. I really appreciate all of your support. And what a night it was for Barca. But until next time, guys, as always, Vesca, El Barça!